Hello and welcome to this weather update. We have really beautiful day today across the area. Some really great fall colors out there today, and I enjoyed them in Bethpage State Park. Though it was a little hot and a little sweaty, but the sky was absolutely beautiful. As you see, so just sharing some of these pictures with you here. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the reds from those oaks. So let's talk about the weather because not much going on in our area, just clear skies, not a cloud in the sky. A nice blue sky today, but very, very warm, unseasonably warm as a matter of fact. And we're going to go take a look at our area, and we're going to take a look and see how warm it got today. So we're going to first look at the current conditions across the area. We'll throw the dew points in. You'll see dew points in the mid 40s, low to mid 40s, so nice dry air. And because of that, we got the clear skies, light winds. We're having radiational cooling again, believe it or not. 48 in Old Brookville. West Hampton's down to 47. 60 at Farmingdale. 54 in Carl Place. But the city's holding on to the heat. We're at 65. If we go into New Jersey, you'll see down there it has dropped to 50 at Toms River. So it is dropped there too, and radiation cooling there as well. Let's take a look at the high temperatures today, and I'm sure there'll be a graphic from the Weather Service too. I'm sure we broke all the records because look at how warm it was across the island today. Even warmer than yesterday. Got up to 78 in Carl Place, 76 in Farmingdale. There's an 81 on the map, 76 at Islip, 78 at Mastic at Brookhaven Airport, and 74 at West Hampton, even right on the South Shore, 70s too. It was only the East End that really had some cooler readings, but everybody got into the 70s, well into the 70s today. Looking across at the map here, you see 76 at LaGuardia, a little cooler at JFK, 72. Looks like the park got up to 74. Then we go into New Jersey, where temperatures probably approached 80 degrees, and I see some 80s on the map here as well. Upper 70s. Let's see what we have in Toms River. Drum roll, please. It hit 78. 78 at Whiting, but guess what? Lakehurst, well, Jackson hit 81, so it was a little closer to 80. Again, right along the water, though, there was a sea breeze, it looks like, in Jersey. So, believe it or not, there was a sea breeze because there's 69 in Forked River. So, I guess there was a sea breeze. It was weird. There's a sea breeze along the Jersey Shore, and Nassau County had a sea breeze in the afternoon, but Suffolk never got it. So, whatever. I'm sure we shattered all the records, so we're going to go to the Weather Service now and get the latest information on the record highs today. Okay, so here is the statement on Twitter from the Weather Service about all the record highs being broken today. So more of the same today. 4 record highs have been broken with one tie. So JFK 74 beat 71. Bridgeport 72 beat 71. LaGuardia 77 beat 74. Islip 76 beat 70. Newark was tied so far. So and 73 in Ontario. So how's that for some crazy warmth across the area? It's just nuts. The warmth we have seen across the area, just across the Northeast, has just been incredible with all these record highs. This is one hell of a November heat wave that we are in. That's what it is. A November heat wave. Pretty crazy. And then we have the other crazy thing going on. Oh, yeah, we've got this disturbance here that we got to watch. And then we have Tropical Storm Eta. So let's get the latest Tropical Storm Eta, which is brushing the southern tip of Florida right now. So, heavy tropical storm force winds and a dangerous storm surge and heavy rainfall and flash flooding spreading over South Florida and the Keys. So, as of 7 p.m., its location is 24.5 north, 80.1 west, about 65 miles east of Marathon, Florida, about 90 miles south of Miami, Florida. Maximum sustained winds are 65 miles an hour, moving northwest at 14 miles an hour. And the minimum central pressure is 933 millibars. So let's take a look at the latest warning map on this. And you will see here tropical storm warnings are in effect for the Bahamas, the southern half of Florida, with watches in effect for part of the Gulf Coast and the western part of Cuba. But take a look at this. They've issued hurricane warnings. They anticipate this thing becoming a hurricane. That's right. It's going to become a hurricane just as I figured it would. So hurricane warnings in effect for the southern tip of Florida and the Keys, because this storm is intensifying as we speak. So let's take a look at the latest satellite image on Ada, and hopefully we have one. There it is. Doesn't look that impressive on the satellite, but once it gets crosses over into the Gulf, it's going to start intensifying. But you can see some heavy showers and some strong cells on the northeastern part that will be rolling into the Miami area. So they've been getting quite a bit of rain as a result of this. So taking a look at the models and the tracks for the models, they're still all over the place. There are a couple of clusters. One cluster seems to have it in the Gulf and then takes it out over Florida. Then another one just they don't know what to do with it. They don't know. Even Craig Allen was on News 12 today, and he said, "We just don't know where it's going." And the same thing with this intensity, though I would say that this thing is going to strengthen quite a bit. So I mean, let's take a look at the models and let's see where we stand with this storm here. And we're going to show you first the upper air pattern to show you exactly why this thing can't move north. Look at this intense ridge across the east. Oh, it's blocked. You can see this ridge here has just blocked this thing. So it's keeping it trapped in the Gulf, and it stays there. It just sits there, and then it eventually just dissipates. But some moisture will try to come up ahead of a cold front that will affect us on Wednesday night to Thursday. But you can see the ridge in the east kind of stays. We have a trough that comes in, and then it's just general ridging. Which means more above normal conditions across the area. Let's go to the surface. Well, we'll look at the European model as well. So again, you see just a strong high just kind of just sitting there. And it's just blocking this thing. It's just very weird to see this pattern in November of all times. So let's go back to the GFS. And let's go change the regions to the southeast so we can get a close look at what's going to happen on the surface with Ada. So you go, crosses the Keys. Then once it gets into the Gulf, it's not sure what to do with it, but you can see it starts intensifying. And it just sits there and does loops offshore in the Gulf. And then, and it doesn't really go anywhere, and it just kind of dissipates. It's the general idea from the GFS. So, you know, we just don't know what's going to happen with this thing. We just don't know. We know that some moisture will wind up getting ripped off of it because when we look at, we expand out here, you will see here that you see that moisture getting ripped off and brought up along a cold front. Once this high moves offshore, and we have a cold front move through Wednesday into Thursday, that would bring our next chance of rain. So, going back to the southeast, let's take a look at the NAM model. I'm not even going to look at the winds at this point because it's really, I mean, it is relevant, but it's easier to actually look at the isobars and see how tight they are as a measure of strength than looking at the wind prediction. But the NAM also supports this whole loop-to-loop thing. It moves, and then once it moves northward, it starts strengthening again, and that's when it would become a stronger hurricane. That seems to be the impression I'm getting, anyway. So, going back to the CONUS view, let's look at the GFS. Actually, we're going to go to our area. So we just don't know what this is going to do. Once it gets to that spot, we don't know what it's going to do. You know, I mean, that's the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. We just don't know. So you see, we stay dry, and then the high moves offshore, and then the next chance of rain would be Wednesday night to Thursday with that cold front. Some of that tropical moisture from Ada might get ripped off and brought up along that cold front. Other than that, then it's dry again, but cooler. Looking at the temperature trend across our area, you'll see here another warm day tomorrow again, and we overperformed today. So expect similar warmth tomorrow, probably well into the 70s again. Cooling down at night again, and then warming up again on Tuesday, maybe a little bit cooler. There'll be more of a south flow, And then we'll have more of a difference on Wednesday with the south flow keeping Long Island in the upper 60s to low 70s. Jersey could be close to 80. Dew points go up ahead of that front, and you can see that front kind of gets hung up a little bit there with that tropical moisture riding along it, and then it moves offshore on Friday and Saturday, and then we cool off. For once, we should cool off to around average for a little bit, for a couple of days. We'll go ahead and look at the dew points as well. And you'll see what I mean with the dew points coming up. So we stay low humidity tomorrow. You see the still dew points in the 40s. You see the humidity start to rise on Tuesday a little bit, and then you start to see it much more on Wednesday, and you're going to definitely be feeling it Wednesday night to Thursday with that tropical moisture, and then it drops once that front pushes to the south, and then we have low humidity again. So let's go to the skies, because I don't think we're going to be seeing that much in the way of clouds. We'll have another clear day tomorrow, I think. We have some cirrus that might pass off to the south in the morning, but other than that, it's clear. I don't think we see many clouds. Tuesday also, we may have another clear day. So it won't be until Wednesday that we start seeing more of the clouds, the moisture, and the humidity. And then we try to get this front offshore and have maybe some clearing on Friday and Saturday. I say try. We'll look at the NAM as well. The NAM has a bit of a different picture for tomorrow, and at least when I looked at it the last time. You have more in the way of fog and low clouds, and then has trouble getting rid of them. I don't know if I believe the NAM with this. I'm really not buying the NAM because it's an outlier. If we look at the other models here, you'll notice the RGEM also more or less keeps things clear as well tomorrow. It just has the fog offshore, maybe a fog in the morning, but then it burns off. And then Tuesday would be mostly clear as well. So that is really what it looks like right now as far as the weather goes. Another just more warmth on the way. And it's just unbelievable how the warm it's been. I don't ever remember it being this warm in November. That is definitely a sign of climate change here. So let me go to the NAM 12 kilometer, and we're going to just look at the dew points on this and see why the NAM wants to generate that fog. And it probably because it has the humidity higher. It does. And I think the NAM is overdoing the humidity. So I think it'll be dry tomorrow, and we'll see that humidity come up again on Wednesday, and again would be our next chance of rain. If we go to the precipitation chart here, you'll see here that our next chance of rain would be that Wednesday night into Thursday time period with that front. But other than that, we're staying dry and we're staying warm, very warm, and things are going to get the only saving grace is we've had light winds. Otherwise, we'd have to start worrying about fires. But just be careful, be mindful, because things are very dry again out there from all this warmth. You know, when you're walking in the woods, you can feel how dry those leaves are. So it's definitely like a tinderbox. So please be mindful when you're out in the woods to be careful. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.